All right, David, when is your birthday?
My birthday?
Mm-hmm.
November 6th.
November 6th. What year?
94.
November 6th, 1994. You were born on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
What in the world? That's crazy.
Chris is born, and right away we didn't have the typical, we leave the hospital in a wheelchair and we're getting the flowers and everything's great. We're on our way to All Children's Hospital because there's something that needs to be addressed and something that, wasn't in any of our books. There were some, for him, roadblocks. And you recognize that some of the milestones that you would have expected to see at a child at this age, that he wasn't reaching those milestones. So then you reach out for interventions, for answers and help.
I am on the autism spectrum and I have Asperger's, which is a type of high-functioning disability. Having this disability sometimes makes me feel like I am torn between two worlds. The world of a 22-year-old and the world of a child, since most of my interests and shows I like to watch are usually for kids.
He's got a wealth of knowledge and a bank of knowledge that people could only ever dream about, but his comes from really just having spent time by himself and learning to be at peace with himself.
People didn't always understand me and they made fun of me, and that's part of life. We don't like it, but it's just part of life. I wish people would just be nicer in this world. It's about a girl who, at the very beginning of the story, gets teased for having her freckles on her face. But then over time, she finds this dog covered in spots and you see a connection.
So it was his senior year, and it was kind of like, well, what happens now? I mean, looking at each other and like, is he ready to have a job?
I first found out about Hope Services when a representative came to visit me during my senior year of high school, and they asked what my interests and things I like to do were.
When I found out because it just happened that we were placed with Hope Services, and I heard the word hope, and I'm like, oh yes, Chris, we always have to have hope. And I told him that, and I said, this I feel is a good thing.
I mentioned that I like to write children's stories and to become an author. Jackie continued looking for other jobs for me. She tried looking for a job for me at an art store and at a bookstore because of my love for art and telling stories, but neither were hiring. Then, January of last year, she found me a job at the Winn-Dixie around the corner from my house. They also supported me for my book because Jackie was like one of the first to make the announcement that my book was published.
He was placed with Hope Services because they asked him, what are your interests and what are your strengths? And from that, he had different OJTs, on-the-job training opportunities, that led him to where he is now and being at peace at Winn-Dixie. They accept you for who you are. They ask you about your interests. What are your strengths? What do you see? And then work with you to make it fit, because they believe that all people have a place in our society and can be working. So it's helped him to grow, and then his confidence.
I found that I do like to write stories, and I'd like to continue writing them. My books also have a tagline. It's, we're all different, let's embrace it, because we are all different whether we have a disability or not.